countdown commences. For the 12th time this year, the Raiders have a shutout. And for the first time ever, they'll be headed to Milwaukee to play for a chance at the state title. The Kiel Raiders are the 2022 sectional final champions.
The rebound, Pierce Arts, and the Raiders are going to run this one out. This one's over. He said goodbye. The Raiders are regional champs. Oh my goodness. 75-68. Kiel has won their first regional championship in 10 years. My goodness.
Do we dare squeeze for a win, Mitch?
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make.
Got some speed on third base. Third baseman playing even. Blatz delivers. That's exactly what they're going to do. Harlem, there! It's game over! The Raiders win on a suicide squeeze from Daniel Schmidt. It's going to be Shizzle. 3 from the logo. It's no good. Edelman's going to clear it and bring it home for the Raiders. Their first regional championship since 2008.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Welcome to Kiel Raider Radio. My name is Brandon Mubar, and I'm here with Miles Detroit for the presentation of the ball game between the Kiel Raiders and the Sheboygan Falls Falcons. Miles, this is my first baseball game for this year, so how's this team looking? I'm excited to see them play tonight.
Yeah, they're looking great. I think the one game I did, they played Roncalli, falling short 8-0. Just nothing really went their way offensively and really defensively. They struggled on the mound, made some errors. I mean, Roncalli only had, I believe, about 4 hits around that neighborhood in that game. So they're definitely a great team. They're a talented team, but they can't take any day off. And today they have an 0-5 Sheboygan Falls team that they can't look past. They can easily make a run. Kiel can easily make a lot of mistakes, so they can't take any game lightly.
Yeah, and you just mentioned it. This Falls team is 0-5, but you know what they say, any given night. So any night they can just show up and show out. And it would be a shame to see it happen tonight on a night that I'd say this team is looking to run up the scoreboard, maybe show this conference that what's their one conference loss or 2 conference losses?
One conference loss.
Conference loss. That was just a fluke. And so yeah, and it's youth night here in Kiel, so you get to see the potential players. We had some first pitches on the mound. We have some young guys in here going to be saying play ball. So
yeah, you mentioned that one loss, conference loss, and one loss overall. It was only to Roncalli, and other than that they've demised their opponents so far. They haven't had great competition, but their last game, Valdez gave them a run. Kiel only beat them 5-7, so it should be a good one tonight. A lot both teams can work on here this afternoon.
Yeah, and from what I've heard from the players, it seems like a lot of the times it's a different team when Cade's on the mound versus when he's not on the mound. Tonight he's not on the mound. We've got Hunter on the mound tonight, so we'll see what that does for this team.
Right, no doubt. As Tim Velker finishes up his starting lineups here, we'll get you set for the national anthem. Sorry about that. Let's send you down to Tim and Jerry.
Youth, make sure you remove your hats while the national anthem Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Okay, boys, come up here.
Thank you, Tim and Jerry, for great national anthem as we introduce our sponsors for today's Kiel Raider baseball game, proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Olick and New York Life, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring and More, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Bell and Health Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Real Logistics, Lumberyard Brewery, Kienbaum Services, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, Sargento Foods, On Point Financial Group, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club.
Yeah, now let's get to the starting lineups for starting first with the Sheboygan Falls Falcons. Leading it off for the Falcons will be number 4, second baseman Austin Sharp. Then Toby Serschel. Then Elliot Reese, followed by Nate Catt. Then Adam Adamovich. Then Ryan Schrader. In the 7-hole, Everett Moreno. Then Seth Genzima. And ending it off for the Falcons, number 7, Logan Vanek. And this Falls Falcons team just really hasn't been able to get much going. Only 10 runs as a team. So pitching for the Raiders is number 2, Hunter Pitson. He has, I forgot to bring the stats up, 1.45 ERA with a save and 8 strikeouts. Only 4 appearances. That 1.45 ERA is 5th in conference, and so we'll see what he can do in this starting role. From what I know, he's used to pitching later in the game. He's more of a reliever type guy. So. And then in the field for the Raiders, obviously Pitson and Stefani pitching and catching. Then in the middle infield, you got Schaefer and Brady Kingbaum playing shortstop and second base respectively. Owen Jerry Schmidt and Caden Milbrath on the corners for the infield. Logan Guzman, Velker, and Edward Lemieux in the outfield for the Raiders. As that's a ball outside to Austin Sharp. 1-1 count now. Scoreboard. 1-2 count. Pitson now the 1-2. Just misses inside for ball number 2.
Nice start here from Pitson, jumping ahead of the count, trying to get the batter uncomfortable here to start it.
That one caught the edge of the plate. That's strike number 3. And Austin Sharp goes down looking on strikes.
Yep.
Out number 1 in this first inning.
absolute start here for Pittston. Can't ask for anything better. First batter, striking out looking. Great start for Pittston, building some momentum here in this top of the first.
Yeah, now up for the Falcons, number 13, Toby Scherzel. He fouls that one down the first baseline. He has a .400 batting average with 10 at-bats and 4 hits.
And Scherzel actually leads this team with batting average too, so hopefully this is a guy that can get things started for this Falcons squad.
That one came right over by us. That's 2 foul balls, which equals 2 strikes. 0-2 count from Pittston to Scherzel. Pittston deals. Low for ball number 1.
Yeah, again, Hunter Pittston just jumping ahead of this count, went 0-2 early. Gives one up here for a ball, but looking to punch him away.
That one fouled off. And if there's anything that I know about Hunter, he does not lack confidence, so he will go right at the batter right away.
Absolutely.
He's not going to try to edge the plate, get on the corners. He'll go right at you, get you down in the count early, make you swing.
He was a contributor, and he was on the mound for that one Roncalli loss, and he did a great job.
And here's the pitch. Fouled off again, staying alive in the count. Scherzel doing a good job of that. So this will be the 5th pitch in the at-bat.
I think we'll see Scherzel as one of those aggressors here for the Falcons tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of protecting the plate, and that's strike 3. But drop ball. And that's a strikeout for Pittston again. Stefani to Schmidt to finish that strikeout.
Yeah, nice job from Stefani, staying with it. Biggest thing on those is staying calm and collected, not freaking out when the batter's when you have a pressured situation like that.
And right now, Hunter's 2 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So
yeah. Can't ask for a better start.
Exactly. That one in the dirt for ball number 1. So I think the wind's coming in from the outfield. So
yeah, that's a good thing to
high
note.
Pop ball to Schaefer. He'll make the catch. And we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless, 1-2-3 inning.
Over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. We offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders.
Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon, except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. Sunday and Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesdays, cheeseburger and fries. On Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. And on Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel.
Welcome back to the Kiel Baseball Diamond. It is the Sheboygan Falls Falcons versus the Kiel Raiders. And on the mound for Falls will be number 16, Evan Reese?
Yeah.
Evan Reese?
Elliot
Reese.
Elliot Reese.
And, yeah, I keep on forgetting to bring up the stats, but he has a 22.5 ERA in 3 appearances. So struggling as of late, but he gets the start tonight. Their main 2 pitchers, their main pitcher, Albright, is sick today. Got that news from Brady Kingbaum. and Schmall is their other guy with the lowest ERA. He is also sick. So it'll be Reese taking the mound for the Falcons, starting off against this Raider lineup featuring Cade Velker, Aaron Stefani, Caden Milbrath, Colton Schaefer, Tegan Schley, Hunter Pitson, Owen Jerry Schmidt, Edward Lemieux, and Brady Kingbaum. It's a good lineup right there. And leading it off is Cade Velker.
Yeah, and Elliot Reese, actually, his batting average is best for second on the team, Brandon, which is surprising.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little low, but second best on this Falcons squad.
Yeah, you don't see that too much out of the pitchers, so.
Yeah.
Velker, 250 ERA, .250 in 24 plate appearances, 16 at-bats, and 4 hits. Thud.
Make the sound. Make the sound, Jerry. Oh, no. Yeah, it was Jerry last time, right? Yeah, Brandon, you missed the Roncalli game. Every time it hit up here,
Yeah.
Jerry made a representation of the sound.
All right.
We're gonna continue that tradition.
And Velker calls time. Took a while for Reese to try and throw that second pitch.
Yeah,
I
Velker
don't know.
just felt a little comfortable asking for time. Nice job there from the senior.
Here's the pitch from Reese. Ball outside. It'll be fun to see this Raiders offense, see how they treat a pitcher who maybe doesn't have as much experience as some of the other pitchers that were on this roster. Velker, if I remember correctly, hit 2 homers last year. So
You got good memory, B-Dog.
Yeah, both of them here. I was calling both of those games.
Indeed.
And now the 3-1 to Velker. Ball outside. He'll take his base. And the Raiders have a runner early.
A nice job. Just Velker stays patient in there, doesn't bite at anything he doesn't like, and Raiders get their first man aboard here in this one this afternoon.
And Stefani with the 5th best slugging percentage in conference, .579. Velker goes. He'll be out. Almost looked like could have been under it, but calls him out.
Yeah, I like the aggression from Coach May and the coaching staff here for the Raiders. You know, try to get one advanced right away, catch the catcher off guard, and ended up just not completely clicking through.
That one's deep to right field. Made by Schroeder out in right field. So now 2 outs for Caden Milbrath.
Matt Milbrath also leading a bunch of categories in EWC too. 3rd in the conference for RBIs, I see. 3 doubles, leads the team.
Mm-hmm. Here's the pitch. Low for ball number 1. And yeah, this Caden Milbrath could be a sleeper for this team, someone that other teams maybe aren't looking at too closely, as he takes one to the shoulder, and he'll take a base.
Yeah, kind of just a momentum shifter. You get Cade on board with a walk. Then he gets caught stealing, and then Aaron had a nice rip, but just couldn't find a gap out in there in left field. But now Raiders get one more back on board, so hopefully they can make use of it as Schaefer steps in.
And they'll check on Milbrath. He'll be safe in there. Milbrath does have a stolen base on the year. And here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. to Schaefer. Schaefer himself, where is it? Schaefer has a .333 batting average with 21 at-bats and 7 hits. Colton Schaefer. Here's the pitch. That one almost caught him as well. .3-1 pitch now. And that was a grounder to the third baseman.
Might make it.
And he will be out at first. Couldn't make it there. And we head into the top of the second. Scoreless here in Kiel.
At On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
At Bellin Health, we believe when part of you is injured, we have a part to play. Whether you're injured swinging for the fences or tending the hedges beside them, whether your goal is to play across the pond or star in Swan Lake, whether you're injured building strength or using your strength to build, our part is to provide no-cost injury consults no matter what part hurts. That's right, free of charge. Welcome to the Orthopedic Walk-In Injury Clinic at Bellin Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics.
Welcome back to Kiel for today's matchup between the Kiel Raiders and Sheboygan Falls Falcons. We're here in the top of the second, scoreless so far, and which is pretty much on par for most first innings. Usually they're still kind of warming up to each other. Usually not much is going on. So
right, kind of just scoping each other out in a way, settling in.
Yeah. Due up for the Falcons is the catcher Nate Caddy, followed by Adam Adamovich, then Ryan Schrader. And Hunter Pitson still on the mound for the Raiders. Here's the first one to Cad. Caught the outside of the plate for strike number 1. Kate has a .167 batting average as he fouls that one off the third base line. .167 batting average, 12 at-bats, 2 hits. Looking to get on a hot streak here against Hunter Pitson.
Yeah, and he lead third on the team for the batting average here for the Falcons, too. So one of those top contributors.
Here's the 0-2. Down the middle of the plate, strike number 3. That's Hunter's third strikeout on the day.
Next batter for the Falcons, Adam Adamovich.
Yeah, great start on the mound here for Pitson. Obviously, shout out so far. These first 2 innings, very early yet, but can't ask for a better start here for the senior.
And here's the 0-0, fouled off. So Adam Adamovich has played all of Falls' games, has 13 plate appearances with 9 at-bats, and no hits. So he has a 0 batting average, been walked 4 times, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Walked twice, hit by pitch twice. So there's a grounder to Pitson, to Schmidt for out number 2.
Next batter for the Falcons, number 14, Ryan Schrader.
Schrader now steps in. He also has a 0% batting average. He has...
I got a few stats on here
He
though
has
for him.
3 walks, including 1 hit by pitch.
Yep.
So we'll see what he's looking to do here against Pitson. Ball outside.
Yeah, Schrader third on the team for RBIs, and like you mentioned, he's got 5 strikeouts, a hit by pitch.
Ball low.
Definitely a game where he can try to get on the board and make something happen here and get the Falcons offense going, which they haven't been able to so far in this one.
And here's the pitch from Hunter. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Yeah, and that seems to be a running theme for this Falls Falcons team, just not getting much going so far this year.
Right.
Is a swing and a miss for strike number 2.
As you see by their record, Brandon, I mean, 0-5, haven't won a game yet. You know, they're definitely struggling.
Hunter swinging it in there. Inside. Brings the count to full.
First full count of the afternoon, Brandon.
Yeah. I know as a kid in the dugout, you'd always chirp, "We own full counts." At least I would. As that one's right back to Pitson. He'll give it to Schmidt for out number 3. And we end the top of the second inning, still scoreless, 0-0.
The Lumberyard Brewery is now open. Guests are welcomed into the beautifully renovated 1920s brick building. With 12 craft beers and cocktails and a family-friendly environment, the Lumberyard is perfect for afternoons on the patios, evenings out, or as an event space for weddings, meetings, and celebrations of all sizes. Stop in for a pint and experience the historical charm of the Lumberyard Brewery in downtown Kiel. Follow them on Facebook for constant updates of their beer offerings.
Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit your PFCU.
Welcome back to Kiel for Kiel Raider Radio. We have the Sheboygan Falls Falcons taking on the Kiel Raiders. Due up for the Raiders in the bottom of the second, we got Tegan Schley, Hunter Pitson, and Owen Jerry Schmidt. And we'll see if the Raiders can get something going. They're able to get 2 walks, 1 via hit by pitch last inning. Nothing else, though. Velker got caught stealing. And we'll see if Schley can bring it home for the Raiders.
Yeah, Schley sitting in that DH spot, so, you know, he's definitely a threat here on offense. Not getting the defensive start, but you can always be contributing on this offensive end, and Raiders need something here to start the second.
Yeah, and talk about contributing. His on-base percentage, .550, 4th in the conference. So there's a chip for strike number 1.
And nice job getting a piece of that for the junior Schley. You know, not a swinging strike 1 compared to a foul is a lot different to start your at-bat.
For sure. So here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike number 2.
Yeah, that's definitely a curveball that the Raiders can eat up here on offense.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And here's the 0-2. That one misses the plate. Reese on the mound for the Falcons.
Yeah, 22.5 ERA, pretty up there, but only 3 appearances on the year so far.
Here's the pitch. He's trying to catch that outside corner like he did on the second pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah,
couldn't get it that time.
With that curveball, too. We might see that a lot more here in this one this afternoon.
Try to catch the Raiders sleeping.
Yep.
That one's inside for ball number 3. Brings the count to full. For a full. Reese to Schley, full count. Misses the plate. He'll take a base there. As the pitcher Pitson steps into the batter's box.
Yeah, Pitson with the second best batting average on the team, and is nice contributor for this Raiders offense here. 6 hits, tied for second with Aaron.
Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Yeah, and Hunter was a big part of that team that went to sectional finals last year.
Sectional semi, I believe it was.
Semifinals.
Against Xavier, right?
Yes, yep. Big part of that team. And there's a grounder to the third baseman. He'll bobble it, and he won't be able to get it. Was in his glove, dropped it, and can't let those go in a game like this. That's not an easy play to make, but you gotta make it. It's in your glove. You gotta hold on to that and make the play at first.
Yeah, it's gonna go down as a E5 for the third baseman over there, but you know, you'll make mistakes, especially against a high caliber team like Kiel. You know, you just have to keep your head up, bounce back on the next one, and not make the same mistake.
Yeah, and Jerry, this inning's been hot like some California love, and Jerry's into the batter's box.
Love it. Smooth transition, Brandon. I love it. Jerry Kiel likes it.
In case you guys couldn't hear that, Jerry's walk-up song is California Love, so that's where.
I hope they heard it, because smooth transition. Well, now the Falcons kind of facing a threat here, Brandon. 2 on, no outs so far here in this bottom of the second. See what the Raiders can do with Jerry on board here.
Yeah, that one misses. And Schley will make it to third. Pitson will make it to second. And now Ducks are really on the pond.
Yep.
2-0 count to Schmidt. We'll see if May wants to call maybe a suicide squeeze, try to get that runner home. Something like that. I could see something like that coming.
I would say just hit it. You know, Owen's a good enough hitter that, you know, he can make it happen. So I don't know, though. He's got 3 RBIs on the year. Maybe add to that total here right now. We'll see.
So that's ball number 3. Here's the 0-3 right down the middle, strike number 1. And, you know, I don't hate Jerry taking that pitch. Maybe was a little bit low for his liking.
Right. And it's
that one's cracked deep into left field. Drops, fair ball. Schley will come home. Pitson will get to third. And now Jerry on second.
Murphy into 3. Schley scores. Next batter for the Raiders, Eddie Lemieux.
Yeah, that was a nuke back there to left field. A great shot from Owen. And I told you, no suicide squad needed for Owen. That's a nice one-run RBI double there for the senior Schmidt.
Yeah, and now Lemieux comes up to the plate, looking to add on. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Fouled off right back towards us.
Oh. I couldn't even tell. Was it? I actually could not tell. Was it a hit or? I swear I could not tell. Like, not even jokingly, I could not tell.
Yeah. Lemieux, 133 batting average on the year, a little bit of a slump, but hopefully he can get something going with Ducks on the pond. I think they're going to say he held back. I have to say I agree with that.
I don't know. I thought he went. I don't know.
It was
because he kind of shifted his body towards the pitcher too, so I don't know.
I think he moved his body but kept his bat back. I think that's... And that one misses the plate as well.
Yeah, and this is definitely a game where Eddie can, kind of just, I don't know, get the stats up, I guess. Simple.
Now 2-2 count. I guess the ump called the swinging strike, so.
That's what I figured. It looked like he fully went there.
I thought I saw him go safe, but no. Now we got 3-2 count.
They got the best view down there.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have as good of a view up here.
Full count to Lemieux. Low, he'll take his base, and I think that's actually that's Liam Murphy over on first. I think he ran for Hunter, and I just never saw it.
Right.
Ran for Hunter all the way from first, so Murphy made it all the way to third on that double from Schmidt.
Pinch runner. Tim, did you see that? Liam came in to pinch run?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. We're just slacking over here, Brandon.
Yeah. All right. Now we got King Ballman batting. Strike.
Nice opportunity here for the sophomore. You know, the little bit of inexperience. Obviously, he's got the great big brother of Ben Kienbaum, but bases juiced here. Great opportunity to get some more runs on the board.
For sure. As Kienbaum in at the plate. Ball inside. And, you know, Kienbaum having a pretty good year. 333 batting average. So we'll see what he can do here, as that is ball number 2.
Jerry, 2-0? 2-0 it is? 2-1. No, score. You got 2-0. Okay.
And here's the 2-1. That one's not so deep. Looked deep, but there to shortstop will be made. That's Scherzel at shortstop.
I thought it was 1.
Yeah, I thought it was 1-0.
That's why I had to check with Jerry on the score there.
Yeah, 1-0 the score.
Alrighty. Nice.
And we got Cade with runners on first, second, and third. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And runner comes in to score. That's Murphy. He'll score, and that will make the score 2-0.
Right. Should have just kept it. You know,
Yeah.
we could have predicted it, but you know, I trusted Jerry. He's the scoreboard operator here, but you know, yeah, it's all right. Now we're at 2. Now we.
Yep.
After the wild pitch from.
Yeah, Murphy comes in to score. That'll be his second run on the year. 4 games played this time. Here's the pitch. Just high for ball number 2. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. I looked right at Schmidt at third, and I could see he wanted to go. He wanted that to fall out of his glove and be able to go. But
yeah, these base runners better be ready to go. You know, they with a wild pitcher on the mound.
That'll be a called strike. All right. So if I'm a player here, I think that's number 2 or number 3 that he's called just on the outside of the plate.
Right.
That he's called a strike, so I'm going to have to adjust to that. Here's the pitch. High for ball number 4. Cade will walk for the second time this game. And now ducks on the pond. Bases loaded for Aaron Stefani. And we will have a mound visit. Today's Kiel Raider baseball game is proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Oleg and New York Life, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring, and more. Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Bell and Health Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Real Logistics, Lumberyard Brewery, Kienbaum Services, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, Sargento Foods, and On Point Financial Group. Although I do have to make a change to that sponsors list because I believe Lumberyard is no more. And I think it's a different name now. I believe it's a different name, and we've also got a new pitcher on the mound. So I'll try to get both of these for sure. Yes.
Yep.
So
Easton Edelman on the mound now for the Falcons as B-Dog tries to find the Lumberyard.
Yeah, so it is not Lumberyard Brewery anymore. It is Yard 65 Brewery and Events.
Okay.
Yeah, that got changed a little while back. I remember my dad was telling me that during basketball season. So
Very interesting. We'll have to print a new one of those, fix it.
So yard 65 Brewery, thank you.
So Edelman only has 2 appearances on the year, only 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, and only 22 total pitches on the year. So a little inexperience here from number 5, Easton Edelman for the Falcons squad here. We'll see what he can do. You know, only his 3rd inning pitched.
What number is he? Number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm looking at the scorecard, and Reese only had 1 hit that whole time, that double into left field.
Right.
But it was just
errors,
everything
wild
else,
pitches,
errors, walks.
Yep.
That brought those 2 runs. But now you're really putting Edelman in a tough spot. You've got bases loaded with Aaron Stefani up to bat. Aaron Stefani, like I talked about earlier, 579 slugging. As that one in there for strike number 1.
And with the inexperience Edelman has, you know, not much experience on the year, it's kind of tough, especially like you said, in a scenario like this, bases juiced with the captain Stefani up to hit.
As that one's cracked in the right field. Deep, just off the glove. They'll go. They'll be off to the races. Ball comes in. Edward will score. Cade will stay at 3rd. And Stefani will stay at 2nd. That is a 2 RBI double for Stefani.
And we just mentioned it, you know, the scenario that you chuck Edelman in, bases juice Stefani up, and look what he does, delivers a 2-run double here to extend the lead to 4.
Yeah, and I just said it. You put Edelman in a hard spot, 1 pitch, and he's already got 2 runs on the board. And it is 4-0 Raiders.
Jerry, we got 1 out, just so you know. Keenbaum popped out. Now Milbrath stepping back in here.
Yeah, and let's see what Millie's got to do.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. That one cracked in the outfield as well, in between the center fielder and right fielder, caught by the right fielder. Velker will come in to score. They'll look 3rd, won't throw it. Gross will make it to 3rd.
Yeah, exactly what you want there from Milbrath. You know, just deliver a nice sac fly, extend the lead, get a more comfortable lead here for this Raiders offense, and can't ask for anything more there from the junior Milbrath.
Yeah, now Schaefer stepping in. I know he wants to bring Gross in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Wanted everything of that. I think you just, if you know, you see your boys getting a bunch of hits, you just got to relax, settle in, and just get a nice, easy hit here.
Yeah, 2 outs now for the Raiders. Low and outside. Gross will stay 3rd.
Yeah, Gross, a nice contributor here. He's got 1 stolen base. He's been dealing with an injury, but he's contributing in his ways. I believe his injury was, I want to say like it was something weird. He told me the other day. I totally am blanking, but
yeah. Yeah, I remember he said he was out for a little something, but
yeah. Something completely weird, too, not something you'd think of.
And here's the pitch. Ball outside. And usually it's that weird stuff that is always, like, the worst injuries. Like,
Right.
It's always something that's weird that doesn't sound like it should be anything, but. Here's the 2-2. Ground dribbler foul down the 3rd baseline.
Yeah, Schaefer's doing a better job here, just kind of settling in, not forcing anything and swinging too hard. You know, just nice, easy base hit there to get Gross from 3rd base home and extend this Raiders lead they have here in the 2nd.
Yeah. Ball outside. Gross will come, and he'll get in there easily, and that's 6-0 for the Raiders on the wild pitch. score from Gross.
Yeah, so we've seen a wild pitch from Reese and now from Edelman. You know, I think for Sheboygan Falls, you just got to just play catch with the catcher right now. You got a big deficit here in the second.
That's ball 4. Kiel will get another runner on as we bring back the top of this inning lineup as Schley will step in for the second time this inning.
Yeah, so really it hasn't been much hits for this Raiders offense. It's been walks, errors, you know, like we mentioned, not really a lot of but hits, quite frankly. So Sheboygan Falls, you just got to pitch strikes.
That one came right back at us. This time didn't go over us. Stayed in play, but
you could hear Jerry's representation of I can't tell. I really can't. What's real? What's outside and what's in here?
Here's the 1-0-1, and they'll try to catch Colton. He'll be safe. Schaefer will be safe. Stolen base. And you know that's kind of an underrated speed. Like I think if he would have, even if that throw would have been on the line, I think he would have gotten there.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch.
Got some good speed.
Swing and a miss. Strike number 2.
With the strikeout. For out number 3.
Strike number 3, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll be back for the top of the third. Kiel Raiders lead it 6.
Most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders!
Welcome back to Kiel High School. Your Kiel Raiders lead it 6-0. And Hunter Pitson on the mound. He's been stellar so far. 3 strikeouts, no hits. And the Raiders lead it 6-0. So when the Raiders are winning, what can you complain about?
Right. And it hasn't really been too much of the offense. It's just been the Falcons' defensive mistakes that have costed runs here early in this one. So, and the Raiders' defense, like you said, Hunter Pitson's been stellar, but the defense has also been stellar, making simple plays, routine plays. So let's see what they can continue to do here in this top of the third.
Yeah, we had a fly out to the shortstop Schaefer earlier. Two pitcher to first baseman plays. So a lot of it has been Hunter taking himself. So we'll see if that can continue throughout this matchup. As now for the Falcons, Everett Moreno.
Yeah, hasn't had any batting stats entering this one. So this is his first at-bat of the season.
Varsity debut.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the kid has to offer. As that one's fouled off down the third baseline. Pitson now for the 0-1. That one's in right field. Guzman just misses it. Velker goes, gets it, throws it in, hits the cutoff. And that's a double, and that, well, I'd say I'll take the blame for that one. I'll say that's announcer's curse.
Well, what'd you say? I didn't even remember.
I said that Hunter so far has no hits going.
Right.
So I'll take the blame for that one.
Okay.
And the debut.
Yeah. What a way to debut. You got a double here, down 6-0. Start some offense here for your Falcons team.
Now Seth Jensema into bat. That one fouled off right side into the woods. Into the thick of it.
Yeah, Pitson once again doing a nice job jumping out to a quick 0-2 here against Jensima. You know, can't ask for anything better.
That one just gets past Schmidt. They'll send Moreno. Schmidt bobbles it again. And Jensima will stay first. Moreno will score. And now the Falcons on the board to start this third inning. My apologies.
Yeah, that is, you can't ask for any better placement than what Jensima just did. Laid it right down the first base line, and that was right on the tightrope. I mean, you can't ask for a better ball to be placed than what he just did.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry was very close to that one, just got through, and now Jensima will take second base on that passed ball. Wild pitch? Okay.
Yeah. Big difference. I mean, it is a difference. Wild pitch and
so
wild
what
pitch
is the difference between a wild pitch?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. Bobbles it, yep. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Plus, my grandson's the catcher, so it's never.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds about right. Here's the pitch from Pitson, fouled off.
It's gonna be a tradition here now, I'm telling you.
Just like the throwing a tater.
Right, exactly.
And that one's fouled off down the third baseline. Logan Vanek is in for the Falcons. He's got 2 games played, a 0 batting average, so another little inexperience here.
Yeah,
we got a full count.
It's a lot of inexperience from this team. You know, not a lot of stats entering this one. They've lost big.
There's strike number 3 looking. There's strikeout number 4 for Pitson as we head back to the top of the order for the Falcons with Austin Sharp. Struck out looking in the first one. We'll see what he wants to do here. That one fouled just barely down the third baseline. And, you know, we keep mentioning it, but it seems like Hunter just keeps getting ahead in these counts, whether it's 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, something of that sort. He just finds ways to get ahead in the count, as that's a called strike number 2.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, as we see right now, he's got an 0-2 and with 1 away.
That one's outside for a ball.
But you got to give credit to the Sheboygan Falls squad. You know, they go down 6-0 in that bottom of the second, and they get 1 on the board here right away with their bottom of the order.
Yeah. That one almost hit him. 2-2 now. 2-2 now.
Thank you.
Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 3-2. Full count now. Pitson to a Sharp. And, you know, we were talking about that inexperience from this Falls team. Probably has to do with the fact that they've got 2 players out right now, Schmall and Albright. And that one's ball number 4 outside.
Sharp with the walk.
Both of whom have played all 5 of their games this season so far.
Next batter, number 13, Toby Scherzel.
Albright with a 0 batting average and Schmall with a 1.54 batting average. Save the date and join us on Friday, July 25th, our 5th annual NEW Sports Radio Golf Outing. We have been able to support our broadcast students with a scholarship fundraiser where we have handed out over $3,000 in scholarships. Save the date, sign up, and join us from Wander Springs Golf Course on Friday, July 25th as we support our students. Thank you for the golf outing. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. we can keep talking about it. Just, again, ahead in this count.
He's done a great job of it.
As that one's a grounder to Schaefer. Schaefer gives it to Kingbaum. Kingbaum to Jerry. That's just a little bit late. But good play from both Schaefer and Kingbaum. Kingbaum, the sophomore, was able to turn that double play and not make it an error. So that's not easy to do, especially for a younger guy like a sophomore. But now Falls in a little bit of a two-out spot with runners on the corners. Have a chance to do something, but for the Raiders, you don't want them to do anything. Can't get any momentum going into the fourth inning. Here's the first pitch. Ball outside.
And you've got some decent experience with Reese up to hit here. You know, like we mentioned previously, he's second on the team for batting average with 25, and, you know.
Swing and a miss for strike number one.
And I'll be interested to see here what they do. You know, they have a threat. Runners at the corners, but 2 gone here. You know, you're down 5. This is the perfect chance to respond here and get back into this game.
And here's the pitch from Pitson. Low, right back to Pitson. And that will be fielder's choice, I believe.
Yeah.
Ball outside.
And it is Anthony, yeah. Did I tell you Adam? My bad. I'm so sorry.
It's Anthony?
I literally have Anthony right here. I know.
Center field. Velker looking at it. He'll make the catch. 4 out, number 3. Rally stopped. Raiders lead it 6-1.
Kingbaum Services is a proud supporter of Raider football. Kingbaum Services specializes in concrete flatwork, including driveways, sidewalks, building slabs and patios, as well as stamped and decorative concrete. Reach out to Kingbaum Services at 920-946-3704 or email kingbaumservices@gmail.com for a free estimate on all of your upcoming concrete needs.
Sargento is now hiring general production roles starting at $24 an hour at their new location in Fond du Lac County. Award-winning benefits, tuition assistance, and a 401k plan that ranks among the top 1% in the U.S. Work for a leading national brand right in your community. Go to careers.sargento.com and apply today. Sargento, your passion, our...
Welcome back to Kiel Raider Radio. It is the Sheboygan Falls Falcons versus the Kiel Raiders. Your Raiders lead it 6-1 heading into the bottom of the third inning as the sun looks to be starting to set. Clouds starting to roll over the field. And we've got some baseball. It's a chilly day here in April in Kiel, Wisconsin.
We've got a good game, too. Sheboygan Falls scoring their first run that last inning after the 6th-run inning from the Raiders. Give credit to Sheboygan Falls. They did a nice job responding to the poor inning, let's just call, and now we'll see what the defense can do and this Raiders offense can do.
Yeah, and let's think about it. This Raiders team just scored 6 runs in 1 inning. They're going to want to bring that back. Do it again, and try to get more even.
Yeah.
As Pitson steps up to the plate last time around, got on base via error of the third baseman. Not Adam Adamovich.
Anthony
Adamovich, as we were just told.
Mm-hmm. No, I knew that. I mean, at least I knew that. I just spread it wrongly around here,
yeah.
I guess. That's my apologies.
Yeah.
I have it down here, Anthony. I don't know. I must have said Adam Adamovich.
Yeah.
I know. I let everyone down. I let even Brandon down. I'm so sorry, guys.
Now we got the 0-2 count from Edelman. That one right back to that side to the shortstop. Nice play from the shortstop. Got it close, but Pitson was able to run it out.
Yeah, great effort from the shortstop. Sticking with it, trying to make a very tough play over there, but great job of sticking with it and making the effort.
Yeah, and that's not an easy play to make either.
Yeah, completely off balance. It's pretty far away there. You got the speed of Pitson over there on first.
They'll check on Pitson at first. He'll be safe. So I'm just making sure I write in all of the stats so far from the game. Here's the pitch. Ball hit the dirt, and Pitson will stay at first.
Yeah, smart decision there. That was right in front of the catcher. I think he would have been definitely in trouble there if he went.
Yeah.
Good recognition there from the senior captain.
Pitson does have a stolen base on the year. But, with Schmidt up to bat, no need to steal that base, get that extra.
Something Coach May recognizes too is, the aggression. A good variety of players on this team have stolen bases, so definitely a fact that they try to implement this coaching staff.
For sure. And we were talking about it with Pitson pitching. He likes to get ahead in counts. This fall's pitching staff so far has not been able to get ahead in counts. And that one's right up the middle. Pitson will look. He'll go back to second. And we got runners on first and second to start this inning.
Well, it's response after response after response. Kiel delivering 6 runs in the second inning, and then Sheboygan Falls responding with 1 run, and now Kiel with their own response to the response.
Yeah. And this inning's been more hits. Last inning walk, error, hit, walk. And so this one's been 2 hits, 2 runners on. Lemieux up to bat. He'll lay down a bunt to the pitcher. He'll fumble it. No one's at first. And we've got bases loaded for Brady Kingbaum.
Nice job from Lemieux there, laying down a bunt. Beautiful bunt. Miscommunication there from Sheboygan Falls defense, and can't ask for anything better now. You're a senior delivering now for bases loaded. None gone here in this third inning.
Yeah, now you got sophomore Brady Kingbaum. He's got some pop in his bat. Let's see what he can do here with bases loaded.
And he was in the same situation last inning too.
Correct.
Unfortunately popped out, but back-to-back here situations for the sophomore.
Yeah, that one was infield fly rule to the shortstop, but let's see if Brady Skis can get something going. That one's right up the middle, back to the shortstop. Grounder. That one error. And Schmidt will make it home. Lemieux will make it to third. Skis will stay on first. And we got 2 more runs in this game.
Yeah, great job by Skis. This time he does deliver. Brady Kingbaum delivering for his offense here. Great job from the last hole hitter for this offense.
Yeah, and I gotta be happy. And I gotta be happy with Brady there. Sophomore getting some runs in.
Right.
Even if it is a quote unquote lesser of a team, 0-5 record, but any hits are good hits. As the coaching staff of Falls heads to the mound, proud supporter of Raider baseball, the Kiel Booster Club provides support for all students and co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including Kiel Triathlon, raffles, Uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars while enhancing experiences and creating opportunities beyond KASD's budgetary contributions. Find out more at KielBoosterClub.com/follow us at Kiel Booster Club on Facebook. As we've got another little typo here.
Yeah, we'll have to fix feelings on there. Print a new one.
Yeah, it's fine. As I was saying earlier, I was telling Brady Skis during Spanish class today that I was going to be announcing the game, and he was happy to see that I was announcing the game.
Mm-hmm. First one of the year for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
threat here now for if you're the Falcons defense here.
Ball. And the catcher looked like he was going to try to fake throwing it to Skis, but Skis will get there on a fielder's choice. Now I'm going to keep calling him Skis.
Skis,
Kingbaum.
Yep. Skis and Jerry. Brady Kingbaum and Owen Schmidt.
I believe that goes in as a fielder's choice.
The stolen base, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
so,
would
'cause
think
he
it would too.
He didn't throw down, so.
Yep.
All
That's
right,
his
here's the
choice.
Yeah.
Got
1-1
it
to
in the
Velker.
word.
Ball outside.
Got it right in the word. Choice of the catcher.
We've got no outs, 2-1 count. Ball in. Oh, that'll be a strike.
Yeah, a little late call there from Blue. I thought it was going to miss too, but.
A little quiet of an ump. He'll put the sign up a little bit late, but here's the pitch. Fouled off. Is able to protect the plate there.
Little delayed. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you just gotta step it up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Velker, the best pitcher on this Kiel team, with a 0.41 ERA, 3 wins. Both of those stats top 5 in the conference for. He's not pitching tonight.
That is a heck of an ERA, no doubt.
Here's the pitch. Deep right field. Then it gets under it, and he'll make the catch. Lemieux looking to score. He'll make it there. Brady Kingball makes it to third, and Velker will head back to the dugout on a sac fly.
I mean, sac flies are so huge in this game. You know, that's one run and only one out here. You know, you'll take that any day to extend your lead, get some runs here for your squad, and great job for this Raiders offense and for the senior captain, Cade Velker.
Stefani steps into the bat once again. 1 out on him. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Stefani, talked about him earlier. He's got some pop in the bat. 5th in the conference for slugging at .579.
And he's been putting that work in outside of practice. I saw him the other day getting in the machine with Ben Gross, who's been injured, you know, trying to get back into that starting lineup. So nice job for those two juniors putting in that work.
That one fouled off.
Ben got injured somewhere. We were trying to think where. He told me where it was, and it was kind of like just a little uncommon, but I don't know. That's interesting. I don't believe so, no. Or maybe it was he got hurt the first game.
That one to the shortstop. Fumbles the ball, the first baseman does. I don't know, that one could have been close too.
It would have been a nice hustle from Stefani there, inching that one out, and great job to get on board. And again, even if we would have got out, sacrifice there to get the run home and extend this lead to 9 runs.
Yeah, Kingbaum's able to get home for a run. And I think I'm going to put that – I will put that in as an E3 because I think that is what it would be.
Yeah.
So Gross now on first after the error on the first baseman. Good throw from Scherzel. Jenzema just not able to hold it in. Here's the pitch. Called strike one.
Especially with that pressure. That pressure too. You know he's coming. It's going to be a bang bang play. You got to be able to make the play, and you know just that pressure in the back of your mind that, man, this guy might be safe.
All right, now the 1-1 to Milbrath from, is that Edelman still on the mound, I think? And there's Gross now will go to second off the error from, I think that will go on the pitcher. I think it was a wild throw from the pitcher.
Yes, yep. E1.
So Gross gets the second after coming in for Stefani, who reached on an error on the first baseman. That one going right. Right fielder under it. That's Vanek. He'll try to throw it to third, and just a little short, a little behind it. Gross will make it to third on the sac fly from Milbath.
Yeah, nice job just making the play out there. I mean, you when you're down this big, you got to go down to the basics, not making any simple mistakes, and the right fielder able to do that and make amends of the one out.
Yeah, Schaefer now. That one's outside for a ball. Schaefer's gonna try to send this ball into the jungle out in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Raiders leading it 10-0 now.
10-1.
10-1.
10-1.
My apologies. Here's the pitch. Down the third baseline. Fouled off. 2-1. Now it's the count. Edelman now. The pitch. That one up the middle. Shortstop gets it. Sends it to Jenzema. That's out number 3. As we head into the top of the 4th. Raiders lead it 10-1.
You looking for someone to build you your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, Albright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs.
Welcome back to Kiel High School for today's matchup between the Kiel Raiders and the Sheboygan Falls Falcons, as we got some take me out to the ball game during this 7th inning stretch. And Aaron Stefani now on the mound, replacing Hunter Pitson. Pitson will head to third. Pitson will go to third. Looks like that's Milbrath catching. So let's Milbrath catching. Owen Schmidt still at first.
Hunter at third.
Hunter's at third. I'm trying to find what the other. Okay, so Stefani. Okay, so Pitson moved to third from pitching.
Yep.
Stefani moved from catching to pitching, or from pitching to third.
Milbrath at catcher now.
Milbrath moves from third to catcher, and Stefani moves from catching to pitching. Okay. So as I try to get that in here.
Enter this top of the 4th from Kiel High School. Raiders up 10-1. Like we mentioned, Stefani now on the mound for the Raiders defense, like you mentioned, Brandon.
Yeah. Nate Katay now steps in for the Falcons. Let's try to get these in too. 2 hits.
Stefani entering this one with a 3.50 ERA, third on the team. 2 wins and a loss.
Down straight up. Looks like middle of the field. Schaefer will get it, and that'll be out number 1.
Well, yeah, good start for Stefani, throwing that hittable ball there for Katay and pops it out for Schaefer.
Jan Hunter, only 2 hits, no errors, 1 run. Really a good stat line for the senior pitcher. as he heads over to third base.
I would say definitely good outing, and now you get some more experience for Stefani, you know, settling in with a big lead, trying to work on his game here.
And there's a grounder to Kingbaum. Kingbaum will send it to Schmidt for out number 2. Good old 4-3. And now the Falcons, who we thought might have been getting something going, now find themselves down 2 outs, down 10-1. And with Ryan Schroeder up to bat. Strike right down the middle.
Yeah, Schroeder looking like pretty comfortable, and he's got a nice swing on him. So Stefani kind of making sure he works around him here and works in the frame.
There's a pop-up somewhere over here.
You heard it. You heard it. Every time he's going to do it now.
That one scared me. Oh, my. Wasn't sure if that was a foul ball or gunshots.
Okay.
That one to Schaefer, not able to get it. Bare hands it. Oh, and just not able
Almost
to make
had
the
it.
play.
Give him credit, though. Way to stick with it and try to make the play. Looked like he tripped up and just tried to grab it one hand, but heck of an effort there from the junior Schaefer.
Yeah, if I'm going to make my patented analysis, I think what happened was he got his cleat stuck in the ground, wasn't able to slide like he wanted to, and luckily he was able to get that bare hand on it. But here's the pitch. That one, just a blooper right into right field.
Moreno has had a heck of a game.
Going 3, and now, over his head. And he'll be safe at second. He'll stay there.
Man, could have had him if you just make that throw there from the outfield. And
yeah.
Man, but like I mentioned, Moreno having a heck of a game. His first batting appearances of the season, and he's got 2 hits, and he was the only one who scored in this one here this afternoon.
Yeah, both of them. I believe both of them went to short right field, so
yeah,
consistency's there.
Yeah, nice job putting them in play and making this Raiders defense work.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Trying to see if I can find any of the track meet results, but not finding much. As that one's in there for strike number 2.
Raiders pitching, Pitson and Stefani doing a nice job of catching the edges of the frame so far. Here than this one. They've done a great job and utilized these strikes, and big part of why they're up and keeping this Falcons team 1 run.
For sure. As there's a dribbler to Kingbaum. Kingbaum to Schmidt for out number 3. As we head into the bottom of the 4th, the same as we headed into the top. 10-1, Raiders lead it.
Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom? Call Nodler Tile and Flooring. Whether it's a walk-in shower or renovating the backsplash, switching to hardwood, or already installing carpet, Nodler has you covered. Or you can now visit their showroom, Signature Flooring and more. This new showroom is for everyone from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring and more, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Nodler Tile and Flooring has you covered from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs.
Welcome back to Kiel High School. I am Brandon Muhlbauer here with Miles Detroit. Watching this game between the Sheboygan Falls Falcons and the Kiel Raiders. Kiel has had their way in this one so far, leading 10-1 as we head into the bottom of the 4th, and a little batting change. It looks like instead of Tegan Schley, it will be Ben Gross is what it looks like here.
That's awesome, the junior. Like I mentioned before, getting that working after practice, recovering from that injury, and now he gets to hit and see what he can do. For not his first swings of the season, he had 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 3 runs earlier in the year before that injury. So, and now he comes back though and hoping to do some damage here as more of a substitute role than a starting role, but still able to provide some runs here for the Raiders squad.
Yeah, Edelman will stay on the mound for the Falcons. And will take on the new batter in Gross. It looks like we'll wait a little bit to see what Gross can do. I'm going to assume that he'll probably take the designated hitter role as Schley had before.
Yep.
But after Gross, it will be Pitson, Schmidt, Lemieux, and Kingbaum, and then we're back to the top.
Yeah, let's see if these Raiders squad can add on to their 9-run lead here. Done a phenomenal job here on the offensive end.
Edelman to Gross, ball high. Edelman to Gross, one more behind him for ball number 2.
You can tell Ben really wants to get a hold of this thing. He's been, like I said, dealing with that injury, wants to get back into his groove and really put this ball into play here. Yeah,
and even with that injury, he's appeared in most of the games this year, as that's strike number 1.
Yeah, he has.
5 appearances, only 6 times batted, but he's been on the bases a lot, so we'll see what he can do at the plate here as he cracks one to left. That one's deep. Left fielder couldn't get under it. He'll look to Babala and finds cutoff, and that's a 2-bagger for Gross. That's his first hit of the year. Nice to see from Ben Gross.
Heck of a job from Gross there. Sends a nice shot to the left fielder and now gets on base. Now with the big boy Hunter Pitson stepping up, senior captain. And, yeah, you were mentioning before that hit, Gross contributes in his ways, whether it's on the bag running or, occasionally hitting now. And nice to see him get a double there.
Yeah. As that is a ball inside and low for Pitson. And I think I finally figured out this umpire where he has more of a wide strike zone. Wider strike zone, not as tall.
Yep.
But so yeah, if you can picture that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2-0 count now.
It's all different for the umpires.
And that's just a part of the game. That's not anything against any of the umpires.
No, absolutely not.
Umpires aren't all going to have the same vision. Ooh, and that one almost nailed him in the head, but that will be ball 4. And some people probably say stay in there, let it hit you. If you're getting a ball to the head and you're already up 3-0,
right.
I'm getting away from that thing.
No doubt. I am 100% with you, Brandon. You're already taking a walk. Just avoid it and take your bag.
Here's the pitch to Schmidt. Swing and a miss. He wanted that one.
Yep.
I have to imagine that was a little bit of a changeup, low off speed. But Schmidt wanted it. He wanted it good. And here's the 0-1 from Edelman. That one catches Schmidt. And he'll get on the base pass. And now we got bases loaded for Lemieux. Bases loaded once again tonight for the Raiders. It looks like, actually, I think the ump gave the pitcher a warning for that one. He's bringing out his book and went to the dugout. I think he gave the pitcher a warning for that one.
Wow. Why do you think?
It was a fastball. I think the fastball got away from him and caught Jerry in the back. But And there's another one. That one's Gross will get in easily. And actually, that's Murphy up to bat now instead of Lemieux.
Yeah, nice job. The freshman getting some minutes here on varsity, Liam Murphy.
Yeah, and what a year for Murphy. I wouldn't know, but
he's
varsity soccer, and that's a dribbler to second baseman. Can he get there? He's got speed. He'll be safe, and that'll be a fumbled ball anyway. Schmidt will end up at third. Hitson will score, and now it is 12-1.
Heck of a way to get your first hit there from Liam Murphy. You know, getting an RBI, sending Owen there to third. Great awareness from the senior Owen Schmidt. You know, noticing that he was throwing and then booked it for third. And great job here continuing the threat here for this Raiders squad.
Preparing you for your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agents, Todd Oleg and Stacy Schweitzer. Call them at 920-894-2244 or find them at their joint office on the 300 block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd and Stacy together bring the knowledge and expertise to families and businesses in Kiel surrounding communities achieve financial success. They look forward to seeing you soon, as Austin Sharp now will head to the line for the Falcons, the leadoff batter for this Falcons team.
Sharp with a 16.80 ERA, only 2 appearances so far and 1.2 innings pitched. So very similar to who we just saw on the mound, Edelman, getting his 3rd appearance of the season.
Yeah, and before Murphy rudely hit the ball, I was just about to say I don't remember. I don't know about soccer, but I know for basketball he got significant playing time on the varsity level. Baseball, he's been a base runner a lot this game at least, and now he was in the batter's box to hit. So what a freshman year for this Liam Murphy, and he could be a stellar athlete for the Kiel Raiders in multiple sports.
Yeah, and this year a 3-sport freshman letter winner. Like you said, so he's varsity for soccer, varsity basketball, and now varsity for baseball. And like you said, getting minutes, significant minutes for soccer, basketball, he was there too, and now you see here for baseball. So, yes, heck of an athlete Murphy is, along with his older brother, freshman in college, Aiden. Shout out Aiden Murphy going to Marquette as a freshman this year. Just toured there the other day. Got to meet up with him, which was awesome. Nice to see him.
As now Brady Kingbaum steps into the batter's box. That's a strike number 1.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd time Kingbaum has faced a threat that this Raiders offense has. Runners at the corners, and then the 2 other ones, the bases were juiced. So see what he can do here.
It's that one low for ball number 1. 1-1 count now. So I'm trying to get Edelman's final stats in the book. Swing and a miss. And Murphy will jog his way over to second. Schmidt will stay at third. That one's an easy call. That will be a wild pitch.
Yeah, for sure.
And the 1-2 now. Catches Kingbaum in the head.
Yeah, not enough hook on the curveball, though. I like the idea, but just couldn't hook it right at the end there, and doinks Kingbaum in the noggin.
He can handle that.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy.
Yep. Yeah, just like his state champion brother.
State champion on a torn ACL,
right.
Ben Kingbaum.
Yep.
That was one of the most hectic nights. I don't think I've ever heard my dad scream that loud for wrestling before. So
yeah,
as there's a pass ball. Bases loaded for Velker.
What is run? After what?
Velker into the batter's box for the 4th time this game. You don't see that too much. Oh, that's deep to right field. That's going. Short of the wall. And Velker was right behind Brady Kingbaum. And that's a double, 2 RBI double.
Kingbaum on 3. Next batter for the Raiders, Aaron Stefani.
Brings in Murphy, brings in Schmidt. Kingbaum will head to third. And Velker with another double. You know, I talked about it before the game. I said Velker had the 2 home runs last year. I was ready for that to be number 3 for his career. So yeah, that was dropped right. If high school Walls had a warning track, I'm sure that would have been right on the warning track.
Yeah, no doubt. Just missed it.
There's a wild pitch.
And what's
Kingbaum
funny?
will stay.
What's funny is I sent a form out to all these Kiel athletes, and he says his biggest strength when playing is, quote, hitting dingers. So, I couldn't get one there, Cade. Come on. What are we doing?
That might be the most Cade Velker answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is him for sure.
He's the 1-0 high, and Kingbaum will stay put at third once again.
Yeah, good sportsmanship from this Raiders offense, not stealing too much and keeping the lead where it's at.
For sure. Seven.
Just missing the zone again for ball 3.
6, 7. How many runs is that? All right. Stefani now 3-0 count. Have to imagine he'll probably take this pitch. And that'll be high for ball 4. And we got bases juiced once again. This time for Millie Milbrath.
Yeah, let's see what Caden can do here. He's big hitter, like I said before, 8 RBIs, which is 3rd in the conference and 1st on the team. So definitely a good spot he'd like to be in for the junior.
Yeah, a couple sack flies, a hit by pitch. Been very much a team guy today.
Right.
Here's the pitch. That one's to the second baseman. He'll give it to first, and there's another RBI to add to his total. Another sacrifice play for Caden Milbrath.
Yeah, and only the first out of this inning, too. Nice, like you said, nice sacrifice for Caden, still getting the RBI. So, nice job for the junior. And now the other junior, Colton Schaefer, steps in. Yep.
Should be right.
Yep, that's what I got.
Ball inside.
You can kind of tell these Raiders batters are just like, they really want to hit the ball, and when these Falcons pitchers don't deliver them that strike right down Main Street, get a little upset. You obviously want to get a lot of hits in a game like this and feel good with your boys. So staying relaxed and stay the course.
That's deep, right center field, short of the wall. I'd say that went about 320 there, and Velker will score. Stefani will stay on third, and that is an RBI double for Colton Schaefer.
Yeah, just short of the wall again, just like Velker's, but nice shot out there to the outfield. That was right center field. Nice job for these Raiders batters. They're doing a great job here tonight.
And that one's in there for a strike to Ben Gross.
Mr. Miller says, Miles Rules, you're my guy, and Brandon Rules, too.
All right.
Had to mention you, too, doing a great job.
That one in there for strike number 2. Had a little curve on that one. Kind of fooled Gross there.
Mandy Brost also says, keep it going, boys. Appreciate it. tune into the Facebook if you'd like, here as we are in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, and a stat that I'm realizing as we go through this game, 1 strikeout for this Falcons pitching staff, that they just haven't been able to strike these Kiel batters out, and Stefani stays at third for that wild pitch. And
yeah, and I really think that just defines the struggle they've had, this game. Like you said, only 1 strikeout. I mean, that's just that's just struggle. You'll have nights like that, but it's how you'll bounce back the next one.
And there's a strike. Strikeout, but he'll be safe. So he'll get on. Out will not be in effect.
You don't see those very often.
Yeah,
you
drop
really
third
don't.
strike.
Drop third strikes. Normally they're pretty capable for the catcher and the defense, but nice hustle from Gross there to get on board.
Yeah, now we got Pitts in at the batter's box with the bases juiced. That'll be a strike. Just caught the plate. Yeah, I'm finally caught up. I'm finally caught up with stats.
Okay.
So that one's just foul down the third base line. So Edelman's final stats, 2.6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 12 runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit by pitch. So now we got Sharp on the mound, I believe, correct?
Yep. We've made it a round trip in this batting lineup as well.
This is a grounder to third, bobbled, and he's not going to get anything. Outnumber stays at 1. Stefani was able to score there. And Schmidt now steps in for the Raiders.
Yeah, going to go down as a E5, the second E5 of the game here this afternoon.
Second E5 to Hunter as well.
Yeah.
So all of Hunter's hits have been towards that left side of the field, as it's now 17-1 Raiders. Schmidt will let that go high, leave it for the Birds.
Indeed.
And now bases loaded for Schmidt. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. And just knowing Jerry, I know this is annoying Jerry right now, not getting a strike. He wants a pitch to hit, as here's ball 4, and they'll walk in another run. That's Schaefer that makes his way home. Gross to third. Murphy back up for this at-bat. Pitts in second. Schmidt at first. That one's in there for a strike.
If you're Sheboygan Falls right now, you're down big. 18-1.
Yeah.
We're in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out. That's really all you're looking for right now. Just a nice routine play. Anything, really.
So that's a foul ball into the woods back here.
Indeed. Couldn't tell. Was it outside or inside? We'll never know.
Swinging strike 2. Or strike 3?
Yeah, how does that?
Bases loaded.
Bases loaded, yep. Right, that makes sense. Well, there we have it. Just a nice strikeout to the freshman Murphy. And, now you got 2 outs. Sheboygan Falls looking to desperately get out of this inning here.
Yeah, now this new pitcher has gone through the whole lineup now. So that's a ball inside and high to Brady Kingbaum. If you're just joining us, this is Brandon Mubar and Miles Detroit. And Sheboygan Falls Falcons have not been able to get much of anything on either end. 1 strikeout as a pitching staff. and 1 run scored as hitters. So, and now a 3-0 count to the freshman Murphy. And it's
Kienbaum.
Oh, Kingbaum.
Murphy just struck out last at bat.
And that one's ball number 4. To Kingbaum.
Kienbaum with walk, Gross scores. Next batter for the Raiders, Cade Belker. So who just scored? Was that
Gross. That one bobbled by the second baseman. He'll make it to first. And now runners move again. Pitson scores. Schmidt moves to third. Kingbaum moves to second. And Velker on first with Stefani up to bat with 2 outs.
We got a girls soccer update. They are trailing 4-0 in the 73rd minute to number 1 team in D4, Sheboygan Lutheran, or Sheboygan Christian Lutheran, I think, combined there. Yeah, 4-0 in the 73rd minute.
Yeah, and there's a girls track meet. If you saw our some of our other games, girls track, they have the soccer team has three or four girls with their main sport being track. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they weren't there too, so that makes a big difference not having those track athletes there.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Now 3-0 count to Stefani. And ball 4. Schmidt will score. Kingbaum to third. And we're going to get a mound visit.
We'll do the ticker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some other games that we've got tonight around the EWC for baseball is Chilton versus Two Rivers, Roncalli versus Brillion, and New Holsting versus Valders. So I believe the Roncalli and Brillion game, both of those teams are 2-2 in conference, so that should be a good game. Valders and New Holsting, I believe. Well, Valders is 1-2 in conference. New Holsting 3-1. And yeah, Roncalli and Brillion both 2-2. Chilton 4-0 in conference. Two Rivers 0-4 in conference. So.
Right.
Big conference Tuesday. I'll actually see if I can get some scores for those games. But before then, Real Logistics has become a reputable freight brokering service. Our team is up for every job managing transportation needs with the skill expertise that our customers have come to expect. Individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for our business partners remains the core of our success. We value the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. Real Logistics, a proud supporter of the Kiel Raiders. Who's the new pitcher in there? Number 13?
Schursel. Also appeared 2 appearances as well on the season.
Not much for stats.
No, he's got a few.
Oh, he's got a couple there.
4 hits, 10 runs, 5 of those earned, 4 walks, and a strikeout.
All right.
57 total pitches on the year, and you think about this game, I mean, Sheboygan Falls has went through, 4 pitchers now. Edelman, you had restarting Edelman to relieve, then Sharp, and now Schursel. So definitely racking up the pitch count. And if, Kiel's got to go to Sheboygan Falls for the second sweep of the series on Thursday. So if you're Sheboygan Falls, you're kind of a little short-handed now with that pitch count in effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be able to bring back their two pitchers that are sick in
right.
Schmall and Albright, but
never know.
Yeah,
you plan to play without him.
Exactly.
Worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Caden Murphy. Caden Milbreath.
Caden Milbreath now steps in for the Raiders.
A.K.A. Caden Murphy, I guess.
There's a strike. Strike one to Milbreath. Here's the 0-1. Almost caught him.
Feel free to tune in on the Facebook as we get closer to the end of this one. Give you a shout out. Two viewers
the 1-1.
on the Facebook.
And that's a swinging strike number 2. 1-2 count now. A lot of chatter from the Raider dugout. Nothing from the Falcon dugout.
Yeah.
1-2 now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. That'll end a long inning for the Falcons as the Raiders now lead it 21-1 as we head into the top of the 5th.
Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. $2.25 burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, pick a wrap and fries for $10 on Tuesdays, and get yourself a steak sandwich and fries or maybe a perch basket with fries or potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. And finish off your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries for just $10 on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. That's 920-894-8493. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57.
Welcome back to Kiel High School. Your Raiders lead it 21-1 as we head into the top of the 5th. 17 batters last inning.
Yeah.
That's almost going through the lineup twice.
That defines a good inning for you, Brandon, right there. As you see at the scoreboard, that's a good inning for your offense. Can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, now we got Colton Schaefer on the mound for the Raiders. And they're going to look to close this one out and leave their home field with a win. Good win at that. And, you know, we said at the beginning of the game that they had to get their bats going. They had to get their bats going to be able to kind of show this conference that they can hit, that they're the real deal, and I think they've done that so far.
Absolutely, yeah, and a big lead like this definitely shows, you know, you fall short to Roncalli in that first game of the series, and, you know, you kind of are viewed differently, but now, you know, you get these wins, you get a series sweep against Valders, and now you take the first leg of this one against Falls, so nice momentum shifter for the Raiders. And
for sure. As like we mentioned earlier, we've got some other games in conference between Chilton and Two Rivers, Roncalli and Brillion, and New Holsting versus Valders.
Yes.
Now,
one of those was the tiebreaker. Ronch and Brillion. Sitting tied for 4th place right now, both at 2-2. So that'll be a good series to and a big motto, Brandon, tonight has been the pitchers jumping ahead in counts. We saw it a lot with Pitson, a pretty good amount with Stefani, and now here Schaefer's first target, he jumps ahead 0-2.
And fouls that one off as well. And so, as we mentioned, it is Schaefer on the mound. Milbreath moves to a shortstop, and Stefani moves back to catcher. As here's the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Good start for the junior Schaefer, just trying to get out of this final inning here. Raiders up big, 20 runs, and you know, trying to really. Schaefer only had one appearance, I believe, throughout the whole season. I just want to confirm that for you all. Yeah, one appearance with a 63 ERA. So struggled in that one appearance, and it was in the loss against Roncalli.
Yeah, and that strikeout was to Edelman. They pinch hit for Logan Vanek to end this game, and now we got McGosh pinch hitting for Austin Sharp.
Yeah,
here's the first one.
Making his first appearance of the game.
That's dribbler to Schmidt. He'll find Schaefer for out number 2, and the Falcons are down to their final out.
Nice job putting it in play, though, for the senior McGosh getting his first appearance of the game. Not much stats on the year, only one game played before this one. So nice experience getting the minutes here in this final inning here from this one.
For sure. And Scherso will try to keep this game alive for the Falcons, as that's a check swing strike one. Wasn't able to hold it back. So there's a ball outside. We got a 1-1 count now, 2 outs. Raiders lead it 21-1 in this game here in Kiel. That one top fly to left field. Lemieux's under. Actually, that's Murphy under it, and he'll end the game. I believe that's Murphy that was under that one. That is Liam Murphy out there under it, and we'll be back after this break. Raiders win it 21-1.
Real Logistics was born in October of 2016 to support the growth and expanding needs of our customers. Real Logistics LLC has become a reputable freight brokerage service. Our team is up for every job, managing transportation needs with the skill and experience our customers have come to expect. We want our customers to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels throughout the duration of each load move. Real Logistics started as a family-owned business, and those values still hold true across the organization today. Individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for our business partners remains the core of our success. We value the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. Real Logistics, a proud supporter of Raider football.
And welcome to the Kiel Raider Radio post-game show. Your Kiel Raiders won this one 21-1 against the Sheboygan Falls Falcons. And demolition is one word that I could use to describe this game. And it just wasn't really close from the start. The first inning, you could already see the tone. Leadoff batter, Velker, got a walk. Stefani hit a nice fly ball to left field. Milbreath got hit, and then Schaefer got into a ground ball. But then after that, the bats got rolling. Tegan Schley scored. Pitson scored. Schmidt scored. Lemieux scored. Velker scored. Stefani scored. I think almost every hole of the batting lineup today ended up at home plate at some point tonight.
Yeah, it was I think the sun shining here now describes it was a good game. You know, obviously the score doesn't define the game we had today. It was a lot of hits, a lot of fun to call here with my partner for tonight, Brandon Muehlbauer. But, you know, if you're Sheboygan Falls, like you say, Kiel jumped out to that lead right away. It didn't hold back, never trailed in this one, but They score 6, and then Sheboygan Falls gives that 1-run response right away. So that's, if you're Sheboygan Falls, it's good positive to look at in this one. You know, you get that 1 run against Pitson, but overall, you know, as you see by the score, it's a big loss for Sheboygan Falls tonight. But you know, you look for the future. Thursday, they look to bounce back in the second sweep of the series. And it's at their place, so you can't ask for much more.
Yeah, and you said it. You got to look for positives, and if I'm looking at the Falcons' positives, I'm looking at Avert Moreno.
No doubt.
Making his varsity debut tonight. I'm thinking he filled in for some sick players.
Yep.
Was able to get all the way around the bases. Had two nice shots to right field, and if I'm the Falcons head coach, I'm wondering how I can put this kid in our lineup for the next game on Thursday.
No doubt.
And maybe Kiel wasn't prepared for him, or maybe something of that sort, but he had himself a game, and I'd say you have someone to look forward to if you're the Sheboygan Falls Falcons.
No doubt. Yeah, that's definitely a bright side to look at. And, someone stepping up like Moreno, that's great stuff. Like you said, 2 people out sick today, 2 contributors for the squad. And, he recognizes that he's got to step up, not someone who gets much minutes. And, yeah, he's definitely going to be seeing some good time on Thursday, no doubt.
Yeah, and another thing, and now if we switch over to some positives for Kiel, obviously you look at the scoreboard and you're thinking the 20-plus runs. That's
right.
Obviously a positive.
Right.
But then you look on the other side of the scoreboard and you look at that one run given up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a struggle coming into this game, was when Cade's not pitching, who's going to step up? And in my opinion, all 3 of our pitchers that pitched today, they all stepped up in one way or another. And Schaefer was able to get the job done at the end with a 1-2-3 inning. Stefani, I think he came in the 4th, and I think that was a 1-2, not a 1-2-3 inning. Gave up 2 hits, but no runs scored. And Pitson obviously 3 innings pitched, only giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Not much more you can ask from the senior.
No doubt, and we mentioned it throughout the game, them jumping ahead in the count, like you said, either 0-2, 1-2, 0-1. So, yeah, definitely a nice piece to look at for the Raiders, the pitching crew in this one here tonight. But, yeah, great game overall for Kiel, and they look to work on themselves even more on Thursday at Sheboygan Falls.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I thought going into this series was this is going to be a series where you don't look at your opponent. You look at what you're doing. You look at how you're playing.
Right.
So, and I was talking about it earlier. The only time I think so 5 runs I think given up. 5 runs given up against Valders when Cade wasn't pitching, and 8 runs given up against Roncalli when Cade wasn't pitching. So
right.
Giving up only 1 run, that's a huge thing. And I think with that, we're going to wrap it up as the players are signing autographs down behind home plate. This is Brandon Mubar and Miles Detroit saying